Yo, yo, what's good? Blessed and believer in the house. Not much. It's freaking working. Finally caught a break for a little bit. Figure I'd get up here and hang out with y'all, do some work. In our that means you need to reflect. You need to stay in the present, brother. Yeah, I'm literally staring at. Can I? How can I do this so you can see it? I'm literally like staring at lines of code. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just to figure out how something works right now. You know what? You already did more than most people. You changed rotors and brakes on the car. Take a break and then go mow the grass. Because only right now matters. So just do something right now. Just take the next logical step and you'll be fine. The other thing you kind of gotta, I had to learn to understand is how I feel, how the meat vehicle feels is irrelevant to what has to be done. Yeah. Well, you eat. You said your meat vehicle says you're hungry. No, that's called ghrelin in your stomach. Your meat vehicle is not hungry. It has been conditioned to eat when it tells you to eat. For the most part, I eat once a day and I eat whatever I want. Just so happens that whatever I want is a lot of protein and fat. So I just eat it in that order: protein, fat, and then whatever's left over. And once you understand, you don't have to eat when your body tells you to eat. You eat when you decide. Life gets a little different. It's like life got a little different when men had sex properly within society instead of just following their meat vehicle and raping everybody. Now they follow their meat vehicle and watch porn and beat off and wonder why they don't have the drive to live every day. Hey, but I'm high, man. Don't listen to me. I used, man, I was part of this world, man. I used to do all that shit. I used to chase ass, make it a point to eat 3 times a day. But even in my personal heritage, in our culture growing up, we only had one word for meal, and it was literally dinner. And it was done silently at home with your immediate family members. That's extra information, but the actual information was nobody in my lineage ate more than once a day, other than eating whatever they found out in the wild, which was not prepared meals. It was usually a fruit, a nut, or something from the ocean. That's literally what it was like. The more I realized how my grandparents grew up and their parents, and once you understand, you're like filling a fuel tank, you know, and you basically eat for a purpose, not for pleasure. I I learned that being working for the government because you don't have the time. You're depending on the meat vehicle so much that you gotta kind of shape it accordingly, and you shape that by activity and nutrition. Mentality, activity, and nutrition. That's all you need. You can condition the human body. And if you think about it, I the way I came up to the conclusion that my life right now was the exact results of how the decisions I made in the last 5 years. My life is different because I made different decisions. And I continue to make different decisions. I just, the lesson I had to learn was decisions start here, the realm of cause in your mind, and then when you make those decisions, you have the knowledge, you decide, you take action, and then the reflection in this world, the 3D world, which is the mirror of your mind, the mentality, and the decisions you make. That's where the delay is. But the thing is, we live in the eternal present, so there is no delay. Just think of nothing else except what you want, and your life will. Man, I want to say this. There's some shit that I say that I hear myself, man. I sound fucking crazy. But logically speaking, let's say you live in the United States of America and you have a vehicle. You drive at night with headlights that only see 200 feet, maybe five, in front of you, and you're going 70 miles an hour. And the level of belief it takes that everybody on that road will obey a painted line in the middle is fucking stupid. You don't even think about it. You just drive. I'm going home, going to work, I'm going to a concert, but I'm only going to see 200 feet in front of me at a time while going in Texas 80 miles an hour on the damn toll road. You're trusting that everything is there. It's a, and that people on that same road are going to obey a painted line. That's the level of belief you got to have when you sit down and go, well, I'm going to sit down and think of what would it be like if I woke up tomorrow and I have, let's say you wake up in the morning and you have $10 million in your bank account. But that's not it. It's 10 mil in your bank account, but you've already paid for the charity, took care of mom and dad and the kids and the family. You have the cars, you've traveled the world. You wake up in the morning. You've done all that. And you wake up. And the account's still full. And it's just another morning. What are you doing that day? Because that's your day for the rest of your life. I say that to say you'll start to realize that what you're doing on a daily basis when you have wealth and when what you do on a daily basis when you have nothing is the same thing. You're honest with yourself about what you want. And it can't be money. That's like money is a tool. That's like collecting hammers because you like houses. Makes some sense. You don't need $1 million to live your best life, let alone 10. And I say that as a guy that's had money and been broke, and I was happier, more fulfilled when I had nothing. And once I realized that, I my life started moving so fast forward and up and to the right, all because I realized what I was going to be doing when I had the money. And so I started. So here I am, sitting in a garage, learning to build a program. I'm talking to you guys because that's what I want to do. And if, like, because I realized that I didn't have to have a million, let alone $10 million to do this. I needed like a laptop because I want to learn computers and an internet connection, a fucking roof. And somehow, from 2022 right now, so 22, 23, 24, you know what? It's not lying. Let's look at the actual time. I'm going to look at just one metric, right? Because I started something. And let's go all. Okay. All right. So, 30th of March, 2022, I opened an account. At the time, with like opened a taxable account, basically an investment account, and that one account exceeded six figures this year. And to what fucked me up was when I was sitting down and I realized that everything that I'm doing right now that happened from 2022 to right now has been available to me is for as long as I've been in the United States of America, since 1998. 97, 98. And then I proceeded to be a drunk for 20 years of that. Yeah, so imagine my surprise when I sober up in 2019. In 2022, I decided to do something. And in 2026, I realized I could have gave an amazing life to the people in my life at the time, but I didn't. And at first, I was upset. I was like, "Fuck, man, you're an asshole." I called my ex-wife, apologized, like, you know, like, look, man, I fucked up. I realized that. But you know what? If you guys ever need anything, let me know. And I moved on with my life. But that's a lot of like, for me, I had to sit there like, this is crazy saying this on the internet. But I had to sit, accept that, and then forgive myself for it. Because I was kicking myself in the ass so hard for my ignorance. Ignorance. And that's when I realized I followed a script as soon as I was born, as soon as I realized the system was in place. The whole school, work, retire, whatever. And right in front of my face, I watched my grandfather not retire. Like he did what he did till the day he died. My father's still doing that. You know, it takes more to forgive yourself than to forgive someone else, bruh. If that ain't the fucking understatement of the century. There's people that don't forgive themselves because they think others won't forgive them. When the reality of the matter is, like, whether somebody forgives you or not has shit to do with you. It was such a crazy realization to come to. Here's the craziest realization, not the craziest, but the kind of funny counterintuitive realization I realized. I grew up not enjoying math. And then when I was 40 years old, I got high for the first time. And math made sense. It made sense to the point I thought I was losing my fucking mind. Like, it made sense as in I literally hit a blunt and realized I could pay my bills for the rest of the year if I ate ramen noodles and tuna. Blessed and Believer says you didn't understand their math, but you understood yours. Yeah, basically. Like, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it because nobody would explain anything to me. I was just a kid. I didn't understand. Like, I was just like, but why? Why do I have to know this? As my grandfather ran a country and had a third grade Japanese education, traveled the world, didn't speak English. So to tell me that education is required for success, while in the meantime you have zero education and have influenced an entire country, was a contradiction to me even as a kid. Now I grew up and came to understand why things were the way they were, and the system is the system for what it is. But the craziest thing was I sat down and kind of went, "Hey man, why did I what? Let me just strip everything to the bare bones. What do I have to do? Oh, I have to breathe. I have to eat. And if I want to play in this society called America, I have to have shelter, you know, because in America, people have this aversion to people that would like to just wander. Apparently, that's a problem. But if you look at the founders of this said country, you'd realize that these motherfuckers wandered around the fucking world. Everybody was just wandering and figuring out what to do. But when they eventually settled down, they created countries and cities and invented stuff and whatever. Some of them even invented a system to feed themselves at the price of others' labor. I know. How do you know? I'm a fucking third world kid. The whole slavery thing is not a new fucking concept to us. It's not a history thing. It's a we understand it didn't go away. They just replaced the fucking change with dollar signs, and now the slaves advocate for bigger fucking change. Hey, but I'm high. Don't listen to me. And then recently, this whole Epstein thing came out, and weed made that fucking thing. They were talking about they were like, hey, we have to support the prohibition of cannabis because you can't fool people who are high. They're very hard to fool. These things just don't make sense. Just don't make sense. And now that makes a lot of sense to me. Like as a kid, I fell for the fucking propaganda, hook, line, and sinker, man. Up with hope, down with dope, their kid, all that. In the meantime, my whole fucking family's drinking and fucking smoking weed my whole fucking life. I used to have a joke about like, yeah, we see things sober people miss. You don't see things sober people miss. Here's the thing: the fucking veil of bullshit is lifted, and you see things for what they are, not how you feel about them, or how somebody told you they should be. It's like when you get high, and then like one of the things that because it, I, I talk about it on stage, and I say like the first 40 years of my life was research. When I was 40 years old, I got high for the first time, and my brain aggregated all that data. And I went, "Oh, you lying sacks of shit! You don't have to work, and there is no retirement. What the fuck? They tell you it's called government. They govern your mentality. Holy shit!" And they go like, "Nah, you done smoke too much weed, man. That's not what it is. Really? Then why do they have entire fucking agencies, entire departments designed to convince the populace what to think? If the military was supposed to fucking help our freedom, then there would be no border patrol. You know why? Because our military will be at the borders. That's it. That's where we belong. The military is just at the borders, not outside in other countries. And if we do that, and then you land here, and the first person you see is armed personnel from the United States military, you think twice about hijacking a fucking plane, because that's where our jurisdiction's right here. But the whole let's go to another country and prevent something from coming here, and then you thank people for service, which would be all felonies inside the borders of your own country. But if you do it in another country, it's fucking service. Yeah, go fuck yourself, man. It's just bananas to me. Hey, like I said, but I was in that system, and I don't hold anything against anybody like that. But we all did that. I did that because I had. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. It's so stupid. It's because when you're a kid and you're missing something, you grow up to fulfill that. And safety was my thing. The best thing is you embed the truth in them, and then you show them the system. You just go, hey, go look, and let me know what you see. And then ask them, why do you think those people do that? Let them process, and they will keep doing that. And no matter what, is they're released into the wild. Because that my parents did such a good job embedding the sovereignty to think. Like especially my dad was very lucky. I am fortunate, yeah, fortunate that one, my father's still alive, and two, I got to see the world come full circle with him still in it, and then realizing everything he ever told me was 100% fact. And it's crazy because I came to America and heard a saying in America is like, the older I get, the smarter my father becomes. And I'm talking the level of intelligence it's not like school knowledge. Of course, the guy majored in mathematics for no fucking reason, like calculus. But the human aspect of knowing, bro. I grew up with people shitting on my father, bro, my whole life, and to watch him be the exact same person today, and everybody knows what his shoes look like. And I realized, oh wow, if you're just you can be you forever, and you'll get to see people change identities as life goes on until they realize that all they had to be was you themselves. And, and my dad's not an asshole. He's not arrogant and doesn't know I told you so. And it was just me noticing, like, why are these people so respectful, man? I was young, but I wasn't dumb. I heard what you all said about my dad. That was the craziest realization to come to. And then to watch that man still be the most humble man in the entire country. Doesn't have to work a day in his life. And as long as I've known him, I've asked him, he's been retired. But he's, well, no story. I'm not even going to go there. Yeah, like like once I realized that they basically raised me to a certain age and then kicked me out of the nest and like right into the fucking world. Okay, that's what you want to do. Enjoy. And then had their finger crossed that somehow wouldn't hit the ground dead. That's the level of I hope this boy learned. And by that metric, I fucked that up super. Lesson learned. Of having more children. Yep. Let's see. Ooh. Perfect. Um. Mm, hold on. Let's see. I think I got room in this thing, so I'm gonna. Wife is calling. Catch you next time. Oh, brother, blessed and believe, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. It's always awesome talking to you guys, man. I'm gonna be here for a little bit, so if you come up and I'm still up, man, feel free to stop by. And love, brother, man. Take care, family. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out which new. Uh, huh? Says point one B. Get out of here. Wait. Stability AI. Oh yeah, that's because a stable diffusion is from stability. Okay, so it does this. So okay, let's go any to any. 2.18 M. image to video. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice little image to video. Let me try. You know what? Let's keep it simple. Oh, all right. Hey guys, this was awesome. I'll get back to you guys. I gotta actually get to work. This part can't be caught on camera. I love you.